Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In the previous tutorial, we talked about getting Unity, downloading and installing Unity. In this tutorial, we're going to focus on getting into the engine. We're going to learn about how the engine works. We are just going to get our hands dirty and then getting to know various components of Unity. So let's just get started. So I'm going to click in my projects tab here. You see I have a list of projects. Yours might be empty because you just started. These are old projects I've been working on. So basically I'm not going to waste time on this. We are just going to create a new project. So we are going to go here. Okay, you can select a version of Unity to open this project with. I'm going to use this version to create my new project. And then here we go. Now Unity comes, you can create a 2D game or 2D project in Unity 3D, and there's 3D with extras. There's high definition render pipeline, lightweight render pipeline. Now the high definition, what this means is this is for like high quality games. You want to build a game like Call of Duty, like Grand Theft Auto, those kind of games like fall in this category. And there's also the lightweight render pipeline. This is for like mobile games, low-end games, like simple mobile games. Okay, so we're going to go here 3D and create a new 3D project. So we'll say we'll just call it first Unity project. Okay, first Unity project, and we'll create the project. So Unity is running. So Unity is going to create a new project for us, and then just like initialize the project and then set everything for us. So over here you can see it's saying initializing project template. So this might take some time. Yeah. So here we go. This is an empty Unity project. Now that's what we have right now, and let's go through each of the stuffs here. So right here you see I'm zooming in and zoom out using my mouse scroll wheel, and if I left click and drag, I can rotate my scene, and if I hold Control Alt and then left click, I can drag. So now let's get straight into it. So we see a lot of windows over here. It can get confusing at your first glance. So when you initially look at this, it looks weird. So we have like this window over here, we have this big window here, this window here, and then one at the bottom here below. So over here we can see where we have like a sample scene. So this is our scene, this is our Unity scene. Now this is called the hierarchy window, so you can see it over here. Now I can drag the windows around. Every window in Unity is draggable. Like you can drag, I can dock it here, it becomes part of this window or whatever. So but I'm going to leave it at the default position. I think so this is the default position. It wasn't this, yeah. So this is it. So now this is our hierarchy. Inside our hierarchy, it contains a list of all the objects in our scenes. So now let me just go through the windows, then we'll talk about the hierarchy window. So this is our hierarchy window, this is our scene window, this is our scene view. You can see it over here, the scene. So in our scene view, this is where all our 3D objects lie. This is the scene which contains all our 3D objects. House our 3D objects, house the game environment, it houses every object we bring into the game environment. So this is the 3D scene. So this is where we can navigate. We can navigate in the 3D scene by using the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and zoom out of an object. We can alternate key, the ALT key, and then left click to So once we left click and we drag, we can rotate around. We can also hold Control and the alternate key Alt and then left click to drag. So just Alt will rotate like the scene, and then Control Alt and then click will kind of like help us pan or drag. So yeah, so those are the controls for the scene view. And over here we have the inspector window. Okay, now in our scene view, you see we have the main camera, okay, which is this. Okay, so the main camera is over here in the hierarchy with the directional light. So when I click on the main camera, you can see it falls on the main camera here. You see the cursor over here, and this is the move tool. Okay, I can move the camera anywhere in the scene. So once I click on the camera, it gives me this gizmo showing me this icon to kind of like help me move the camera around. And now you can change from the move tool to different tools. So we have the over here above the hierarchy window, you have the rotate tool where you can rotate the camera. We also have the scale tool where you can scale it, increase the size and all that. So basically most of the times what you'll be using is the move, rotate and then scale. This is the rec tool. We'll come to that later. Don't worry about this tool now. And then there's a move, rotate and scale tool. Now this combines all the tools together in one setting. So you can move, you can rotate, and you can like kind of scale at the same time. So basically it does it. So that's what it does. So let's limit it to this for now. Now let's continue. So once you click on any object, you can see that the move tool or whatever tool that has been activated will be automatically on that object, and then you can also do whatever transformations you want to do to the object. So now imagine when we click on the camera tool, you can see over here on my far right side, which is the inspector, you can see it has the name of the object, the main camera. It has something called a transform. Now the transform stores information about the position, rotation and scale of the camera. So look, if I can also click on this X and then drag, you see, and then it moves it also. So when you click and drag, it moves it. On the Y too, I can do the same thing, and I can do the same thing on the Z. I can also enter the values here, like set the scale, set the values automatically. Okay, and now my camera is going away from the scene, so I'm going to reset it at 00, and then yeah, so now this is the origin of my scene. I can move it back and all that. And the camera also has various components. So now in the inspector shows various components about a particular game object. Okay, so the camera has the transform component to keep the position, rotation and scale of the camera, and at the same time it has this camera game object. Now this camera game object is used to kind of like render what the scene is seeing. Okay, so what you are seeing in your game can be rendered with this camera. Okay, and the camera shows it to the user. So take it as like the camera is like what you are using to see your game, to kind of like experience your game. Okay, so and we have this component called the audio listener. All right, we'll come to this in future tutorials. So now down here we have what we call the project window. Inside the project window, this is where we can import 3D models, and you can see we have something over here called the assets. So in this assets folder, this is where we like put all our 3D models, we put all our code, our scripts, we write with Visual Studio. Everything goes into the assets window. So now the asset is used to like manage all the objects we are going to use in our game. So anything we are going to use in this 3D scene, whatever, we can drag a 3D model over here and then kind of like use it in the scene. Okay, we can also create folders. So if I right click on the project window here anywhere, I can go create, and I can create a folder. Then I can just call it maybe 3D models. This is where my 3D models will be, and this is what I'm going to use in my game. Like, you get it. So I can open the folder and then drag 3D models in here to use, or drag a code, a script that I've written, or in C#. So Unity actually takes C# code. Okay, Unity works with C#. So now Basically, this is about the interface of Unity. I don't want this tutorial to be long. In the next tutorial, we'll dive into Unity and start seeing how we can bring 3D objects into the scene, how we can manipulate them, and then how we can start prototyping and creating simple games. So see you in the next tutorial.